Hello, Daniel here. As most of you know, it is my vision to prepare to protect our children from the emergencies and disasters that are going to come into their lives. And my mission is to prepare the family so they can come together and protect themselves if necessary. Now, if you've been following my lives and my posts this month, the big push is to get people to build schedules, to teach people how to schedule the important things in their life. If you're building a disaster plan, it's a plan. You need to schedule how you're going to do it. It's not a one and done. You just don't think about it and it suddenly miraculously happened out there in the ether somewhere and came back to you. As much as I would like that to happen, it doesn't work that way. So a lot of us have issues with succeeding in certain things. It doesn't matter what it is. We've all tried something and we've all failed at it. And some of us get up and continue moving. Some of us sit down and go, woe is me. But what are some of the reasons we're failing? Well, if we boil it right down to the bottom level, usually we're failing because of ourselves. Whatever it is we're doing, we are doing it. That's the common denominator. I'd like you to think about that. The common denominator in how we run our lives is us. It's nobody around us is making moves, decisions, or taking action for us. So what are some of the things that is creating our failures? Well, we can look at multiple things that could be coming into play that are not helping us. One, multitasking. Now, as you know, I'm sure you're bright and intelligent and do understand that there's no such thing. It doesn't work. You cannot do two things at once. You say, yes, Dan, I can. Let me ask you, when was the last time you wrote two emails at the same time? When was the last time you rode on two rides at the amusement park at the same time? You didn't. You know why? Because you can't. So let's think about that. When was the last time an open heart surgeon performed two open heart surgeries simultaneously? I don't know either. So let's think about this. Our mind is only built to do one thing at a time, no matter how much we'd like to think otherwise. Just one thing only. Multitasking, or the concept is, well, I'll do a little bit of this now, then I'll do a little bit of this, and then I'll come back to this, and I'll come back to this, and I'll come back to this, and I'll come back to this. And what we are doing is wasting our time, our energy, our intelligence to do a half-assed job, a sloppy job on many things at once. And we're going to sit there and say, I got all this stuff done. You should be proud of me. Well, that's crap. No, I'm not. So stop multitasking. If you want to do something, do it and finish it, then move on to the next project. You'll get it done faster. It'll be a better outcome. You'll feel better about yourself and you can move on. What's another thing that is distracting us? That's right, distractions. What about those distractions? Well, that's interesting to look at too. We can be distracted a lot. I mean, there's this whole thing called social media. I know some people are, oh my God, let me look at this thing. What's on the phone? Am I missing something? You know, it's a part of our world where there are people who are vying for our attention all the time. Right now, it's imagined that the number one economy is attention economy. Who is paying attention to us? I want to sell you something. I need you to pay attention to me. Well, the big deal is I want to sell you something, so I need to pay attention to you so I can sell you what you want. Yeah, think about that. So yeah, it's really about me. I would like to keep a roof over my head and feed myself, so I need money to do it. But it's really about you. If you're going to give me your money, then I need to give you whatever it is you're really asking for. So when we look at distractions, let's try to weed them out of our lives. I know we can sit down, I know I have, saying, oh my God, I just wasted so much time on that thing. I'll let it distract me. I recognized it and I kept going with it. So sometimes it's time to step back. What's the third thing that could be derailing us from what we want? Instant gratification. That's right, you need to have it now. As a matter of fact, weren't we taught this by a lot of the corporate people? Look, if you buy this right now, you're going to be so happy. It's going to do everything for your life. It's going to make you a wonderful person. Please put down $5,000, sign on the dotted line, and you can drive that car out of here today. Instant self-gratification. You drive that car and say, oh my God, what was I doing? I already signed for it. But it happens in a lot of different ways also. Instant self-gratification can feel fun because we're getting that dopamine hit. That's right. We're learning how to feel good, make ourselves feel good. And it's making us, at some point in time, become a little, I need to gratify myself instantly all the time. How's that working? It doesn't really seem like it's very logical, does it? So sometimes we need to put things off until the appropriate time, then accept them and be grateful for it. The whole gratification thing, I know. So what other things are getting in our way? Well, how about negative thoughts and impulses? That's right. I know negative thoughts. Oh my God, I'm afraid to do that because what will they think about me? I'm afraid to do this because, oh my God, what if I make myself look at a fool? Or boom, I'm just going to do this without thinking about it. And oh my God, I looked like a fool. What was I thinking when I did that? Well, I probably wasn't thinking. But let's look at our negative thought processing. It happens a lot. We hear regularly about the negative thought processing of teenagers and children who are so glued on social media and how it's causing them harm. Well, if you know, and I'm sure you do, our government, our powers that be, the media, the people trying to sell you something or trying to sell you fear, they want to keep you as fearful as you possibly can be for as long as you can be so they can come in and save the day. It's not working. You know that by now. So how do we get over negative thoughts and impulses? Well, we need to recognize the fact that they're happening. And I'm sure that most of us do. I know I do. When I get a negative thought running through my head, I stop, I look back at myself. Where did this come from? Why am I doing it? Lift myself up, move forward. So having a constant stream of negative thoughts in our head is like really not that good. I know one of the biggest issues is, what are they going to think about me? Here, let me clue you in on something here. If you're thinking about what they're going to think about me, guess what they're thinking about? They're thinking about what you're going to think about them. I know. So don't worry about what they think about you, because one of two things is happening. One, it's the truth. It could be fantastic. It could be bad. Whatever it is, it's the truth. Deal with it. Number two, it's not the truth. Ha ha. But then you can wonder, well, why are they thinking about that? Did I do something to make them think about that? Deal with it. These are all feedback to us to discover how we can make ourselves better, lift ourselves up so we can move forward and do the wonderful things in the world that we are put here to do. What else? Temptations and excuses. Ooh, I want that piece of chocolate fudge cheesecake. Yes. I know I shouldn't have it, but I want it. Okay, that's one temptation. I want that new watch. I want those new pair of earrings. I want that new car. I want to go on that vacation. I want to go to that movie. I want. I'm tempted to want something. I'm tempted to do, act, say, or be something that maybe I should not do, act, say, or be. Now I know, usually these are quick spur of the moment things that temptation pops in, like when you're at the grocery store with your cart, you've got your list, you're buying everything on the list, and you walk by the gummy bears. It's not on your list, but they're tempting. I want it. Just an example. And then we have our excuses. So what are the excuses we're giving ourselves? Well, normally we give ourselves an excuse like, that's okay. So what we're doing is allowing ourselves to live at a lower plane of existence because that's okay. You have somebody treat you badly. Well, that's okay. You don't accept what you are worth. Well, that's okay. No, it's not okay. Why do you think you feel so bad and have bad thoughts running through your head? You're not getting what you're truly worth. Just stop excusing yourself. Excuses are really just a way of us telling you why we don't want to do it, whatever it might be, and if we should do it. What's another thing that could be getting out in our way? Ooh, I like this one. Lack of control. I have no control. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go off here and people will get triggered. Like whatever it is you say, act, or do, they get triggered. They lose control. And then they have an excuse to act in such a negative behavior way because it's your fault. Or it's my fault that I'm lacking control and I got triggered and I'm going to behave in a negative way towards somebody because I'm blaming them because I chose to be triggered. That's right. I chose it. Nobody triggers you but you. Remember I said that at the beginning. If we have an issue or a problem going on, it's usually self-generated. That's right. I love it when I talk to people. I had a conversation with somebody years ago, wanted me to do something, and I immediately told her, sure, yeah, I'll do that. And she chose to argue with me for almost 10 minutes, even though I kept saying, yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. She was so in her own head, not listening to me, but identifying what she wanted to say because she expected me not to do it. Finally got it across to her, and I did what she asked to do. It took less time to do it than it took to get her to recognize that I said I would. Yeah, but that's just a thing that happens. She took it on herself to do that way. I took it on myself to say, yes, I'll do it. So when we're feeling overwhelmed, we're feeling stuck, we're feeling like we can't get ahead, ask for some help. Nobody's going to put you down for that, except maybe yourself. So stop it. There are people out there who truly want you to succeed. They truly want you to step up. They truly want you to rise above whatever position you are. Yes, there are people out there in your life right now that you know that want this for you. So if you find yourself stuck, ask. Okay, you're on social media, ask for help. Go ahead, throw it out there. Throw that spaghetti up against the wall and see what sticks. And then one or two things will happen. You'll either get help or you won't. And now, if you get those person that want to shoot you down and make you feel bad, unfriend them, get rid of them. You do not need those people in your life because they'll help you get those negative thoughts going. You don't have any negative thoughts. All your thoughts are yours. Make them positive. And if they're not positive, we'll make them neutral. And if they're not neutral and they are negative, maybe there's a reason for it. And you need to look into it. So register for my upcoming scheduling workshop. That's right. Take and keep control of your schedule. It's the last time this year this free workshop will be produced. That's right. I'm not going to do it again until January next year. I'll do it in January. There's a reason for that, right? But I have other upcoming workshops after that. But right down below here somewhere, there's going to be a link for the workshop. It's free. It's next Thursday on the 24th of January at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Until next time, this is Daniel with Emergency Action Planning. I want all of you to be safe.